Have you ever wished you could build a ServiceNow application without writing hundreds of lines of code? What if you could simply describe your idea in plain English and let artificial intelligence build most of it for you? Well, that's exactly what ServiceNow Build Agent is designed to do. In today's video, we'll explore what Build Agent is, how it works, why it matters, and how it is changing the way applications are built on the ServiceNow platform. Let's get started. What is ServiceNow Build Agent? Think of Build Agent as an intelligent development assistant living inside the ServiceNow platform. Instead of manually creating tables, forms, workflows, automations, and business rules one by one, you simply explain what you're trying to build. The Build Agent understands your requirements, analyzes them, and automatically generates the foundation of your application. Rather than replacing developers, it works alongside them, handling repetitive setup tasks while allowing people to focus on solving business problems. It's like having an experienced ServiceNow architect sitting beside you every time you build. How does it work? So, how does Build Agent actually work? It's much simpler than you might think. Instead of clicking through dozens of configuration screens, you simply describe what you want to build in plain English. Build Agent interprets your request and starts generating the application's foundation, including tables, forms, workflows, and automation. What would normally take hours of manual setup can now begin with a single prompt. Before we move on, let's compare how applications are traditionally built versus how Build Agent changes the experience. In a traditional ServiceNow development process, developers typically start with a blank slate. They manually create database tables, design forms, configure fields, build workflows, define approval logic, and set up automations. Depending on the complexity of the application, this process can take days or even weeks before a working prototype is ready. Now compare that with ServiceNow Build Agent. Instead of manually creating every component, you simply describe your business requirement in plain language. The Build Agent analyzes your request and generates the initial foundation of the application, including tables, forms, workflows, and automations. Developers don't lose control of the process. Instead, they review the AI-generated solution, customize it to meet business requirements, integrate it with existing enterprise systems, and ensure it follows organizational standards. So the biggest difference isn't that AI replaces developers. It's that AI helps developers and business teams reach a working solution much faster. Let's quickly look at what makes Build Agent so powerful. First, it understands natural language, so you don't have to memorize platform configurations or scripting syntax. Second, it automatically creates the building blocks of your application. And finally, it reviews the generated solution and suggests improvements before you move forward. Why is it important? Traditionally, building applications on ServiceNow required significant technical knowledge. You needed to understand tables, relationships, flows, scripting, and platform architecture. With Build Agent, that barrier becomes much smaller. Business users can prototype ideas, analysts can validate business processes faster, developers spend less time on repetitive configuration. Organizations deliver solutions more quickly. Ultimately, everyone becomes more productive. The interesting part is that Build Agent isn't just for developers. If you're new to ServiceNow, it helps you start building without learning every technical detail. Business analysts can turn ideas into working prototypes much faster. Experienced developers can automate repetitive setup work and spend more time solving complex business problems. Even project managers benefit because solutions can be delivered much more quickly. Let's see how this works in the real world. Imagine you're part of the HR team in a company with more than 8,000 employees. Every single day, leave requests arrive through emails, spreadsheets, and manual approvals. It sounds manageable at first, but as the company grows, so does the complexity. Imagine a large organization with around 8,000 employees. Every day, employees submit leave requests for vacation, sick leave, or personal leave. Many organizations still manage this process using emails and spreadsheets. Here's how it works today. An employee sends an email to the HR team requesting leave. HR manually checks the employee's leave balance in the HR system or a spreadsheet. Once verified, HR sends another email to the employee's reporting manager, requesting approval. After the manager responds, HR manually updates the leave records, modifies the Excel tracker, and finally sends another email to payroll so salary calculations remain accurate. Now, imagine hundreds of employees submitting leave requests every week. HR spends hours just tracking emails, following up with managers, and updating spreadsheets. Employees don't know the status of their requests, managers receive repeated reminder emails, and the entire approval cycle usually takes 2 to 3 days. Now let's see how ServiceNow Build Agent changes this process. Instead of asking developers to build an application from scratch, the HR business analyst simply opens the ServiceNow Build Agent and enters a natural language prompt. Create a leave management application where employees can request leave, managers approve requests, HR receives notifications, leave balances are updated automatically, and employees can track the status of their request. The Build Agent then begins generating business requirement into an application. It automatically creates the employee leave request form. It generates the leave balance data table. It builds the manager approval workflow. It configures notification emails. It creates an HR dashboard to monitor pending requests. It adds request status tracking so employees always know where their request stands. Instead of spending days designing every component manually, the HR team now has a working application that already includes the essential building blocks. The IT team reviews the generated solution, makes a few organization-specific customizations, integrates it with the company's HR system, and publishes the application. The result is a modern, automated leave management system delivered much faster than traditional development. Employees can submit leave requests from a self-service portal. Managers approve requests with just a single click. HR no longer spends hours managing emails and spreadsheets. Payroll receives accurate information automatically, and everyone involved has complete visibility into the entire approval process. This is where ServiceNow Build Agent truly adds value. It doesn't replace developers. Instead, it accelerates the initial application development by converting business requirements into a working foundation, allowing IT teams to focus on customization, integration, and business-specific logic. The end result is faster development, reduced manual effort, happier employees, and a significantly improved business process. These examples highlight something important. ServiceNow Build Agent isn't designed to replace developers or solution architects. Instead, it empowers everyone involved in building digital solutions. Business users can quickly transform ideas into prototypes. Business analysts can validate requirements much earlier. Developers can spend less time on repetitive configuration and more time solving complex business challenges. Organizations benefit from faster innovation, quicker project delivery, and higher quality applications. Whether you're building an HR solution, an IT workflow, a customer service application, or an internal business process, Build Agent helps bridge the gap between an idea and a working application, making development faster, smarter, and more accessible than ever before. Things to keep in mind. While ServiceNow Build Agent can significantly accelerate application development, it's important to understand that it doesn't replace good engineering practices. The AI can generate forms, workflows, tables, and automation based on your requirements, but organizations should always review the generated solution before deploying it into production. Developers and architects still play a critical role in validating security, ensuring compliance with company policies, integrating with existing enterprise systems, and optimizing the solution for performance and scalability. Think of Build Agent as an intelligent development assistant. It helps you get started much faster, but the final application still benefits from human expertise and business knowledge. What Build Agent doesn't do. It's also important to understand what Build Agent doesn't do. It doesn't automatically deploy production-ready applications without review. It doesn't replace enterprise architecture decisions or business governance. Instead, it gives teams a strong starting point that developers and architects can refine before deployment. Conclusion. Whether you're just beginning your ServiceNow journey or you're an experienced developer, Build Agent is changing how applications are built. The future isn't AI replacing developers. It's developers using AI to build smarter, faster, and with greater confidence. If you're learning ServiceNow today, this is the perfect time to start exploring what Build Agent can do.